Welcome to Cullman Daily 180. I'm Jamie Speakman.
And I'm Lindsey Dawsey. Thanks for joining us today. So it is Thanksgiving week.
Got a big week planned ahead,
Yes.
so you've got Thanksgiving.
We'll talk about the ugly shirt you have on in just a minute.
Whatevs. But so you got Thanksgiving coming up, and
Yes.
you got any big travel plans?
We actually are heading to Georgia. I'm from south of Atlanta, so we travel to go see my mom and stepdad for Thanksgiving. We don't travel for Christmas, so we head out tomorrow morning. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Planning to do a lot of Black Friday shopping?
I don't know. I typically don't do a lot of Black Friday unless there's something that my kids just can't seem to live without.
Yes.
So, how about you?
Well, I enjoy going just to, I really
Just
never buy
people
anything,
watch.
but I just want to go people watch. It's fun. I just love to do it. So
It is
yes, I will.
entertaining.
I'm sure I will be out there in the crowds.
All right. So we have, speaking of shopping, we have the hospital $5 jewelry sale coming up. And actually, all the proceeds of that benefit our Hospice of Cullman County, which provides end-of-life care for anyone, regardless of their ability to pay. So that actually helps fund patients that don't have insurance
Right.
that need end-of-life care. So that will be on December 9th, 10th, and 11th. In POB2 at the hospital. And so it is a great opportunity to get some small gifts, great stocking stuffers, any last minute gifts, or if you need something nice but not expensive for groups of people, it's a great opportunity
Right.
to do that as well.
Right. So I mean, really, all the deals that you're going to find on Black Friday, nothing is going to beat this deal.
The $5, right.
You can get a lot of really good stuff, and it's not like it's just cheap, generic looking
Right.
stuff.
So
I
that's
mean,
where
it's
you're doing all
nice.
your shopping, right?
Probably, yes. Yes. Yes, I will go there.
All right.
So the city of Hanceville Mayor Nell got some really good news last Wednesday. Governor Ivey announced that the city of Hanceville was awarded a $250,000 grant. This is something that Mayor Nell has been in the works for a long time, been pushing for, but they were wanting to build a new senior center. And so with that $250,000 grant, I think they're going to have to probably put a little bit with it, maybe $50,000 or so with it to build the senior center. But they've got the grant, and the senior center is in the works of getting built. So congratulations to Mayor Nell, and obviously thank the legislators for helping pull that off as well.
Absolutely. Those senior centers really provide a lot of great networking, fellowship opportunities for the seniors, but they also have a lot of opportunities. We actually had a free community health screening at the Good Hope Senior Center today.
Yes.
So where we're able to go out and help those seniors be proactive in their health.
Absolutely.
So a lot of great services.
Right, absolutely.
All right. So Wallace State Let's Pretend Hospital, that is a wonderful event. If you aren't familiar with it, it takes first grade students and it takes them into Wallace's SIM center that they have, their simulation center, and teaches them in a non-scary way about what it's like to go through the hospital. We've partnered with them for years as a sponsor. We provide little doctor kits and some information for all the kids to go through there. But it is really just a neat opportunity where kids can learn about healthcare without it being scary.
Right.
Because I think for kids, especially small kids, going to the hospital seems really scary.
Right.
There's lots of scary stuff, and it's real secure, and it seems really sterile, and they don't understand a lot of the stuff that's being talked about. So it is a great, wonderful program that they have at Wallace State each year. So I had the opportunity to go down, I think when my son went through it when he was in first grade, since we were a sponsor, and really see it and get a hands-on experience. And it really is a great program.
Right. It is. And what they, and it's not only really just teaching them not to be scared and to be comfortable, but, hopefully giving some of these kids the passion that, hey, maybe that's what I want to go
Right.
into. Because those, the students that are there, presenting everything, they make it really, really fun.
It's very fun, it's very interactive, and so the kids, yes, absolutely think, oh, I might want to be a doctor, or I might want to be a nurse, or I might want to just be in healthcare.
Right.
I might want to help people.
Right.
So yeah, it's a great program.
Absolutely. All right. The Cullman County Republican Women, they kind of every month donate to different organizations, and they're constantly raising money, doing different things. to help raise awareness or to give money back to the community in some way somehow. This past week, Beverly Burke and Jacqueline Schindel was able to present a check to the Restoring Women's Outreach.
Wonderful program.
So thank you to the Cullman County Republican Women. They raised money, did some fundraisers, raised money, and then they had all agreed that they were just going to match whatever they raised. So they were able to give back to the Restoring Women's Outreach. So thank you to Beverly, Jacqueline, and the rest of the ladies there with the Republican Women.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back after this short break.
In Cullman, we're looking forward to more play dates and date nights, first checkups, and checks on the bucket list. We're looking forward to first looks and second chances, and we're looking forward to making these moments possible with the benefits of better technology and the insights of leading experts. We're looking forward to a healthier Cullman.
Premier Bank of the South currently offers a variety of school spirit debit cards. These are available to all of our customers and they're free of charge. Stop by one of our offices today and get yours ordered. For a listing of our school spirit debit cards and our office locations, please feel free to visit us at www.premierbankofthesouth.com.
So welcome back to Cullman Daily 180. So we've got the Iron Bowl coming up Saturday.
Yes, Roll Tide.
War Eagle. And I do believe with the game being played at Jordan-Hare, obviously we're going to win. So pretty excited about that. Probably the best thing about it is seeing Alabama not be able to play in the playoffs this year.
Oh, such a terrible Auburn fan. You're just typical. You care more about Alabama not being a contender than you do about Auburn winning.
I just love Auburn. By the way, Auburn basketball, they're still undefeated. How many basketball games have Alabama?
Oh, hush. I don't know. I haven't watched
typical
this year.
Bama fan.
Oh, not
all they
no,
care about is all you care about is football.
Not true. I actually love Alabama basketball. I haven't watched a lot this year.
I wouldn't watch either. But with the Iron Bowl coming up, got a little rain in the forecast for Saturday. But here's a look at your 7-day forecast.
So it looks like Thanksgiving's going to be a pretty day, and the pretty mild temperatures, with just a chance of rain on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday, which I really think that rain will help Auburn probably win by even more.
Oh man.
So but good luck to both teams, really to Auburn, but to both.
Good
teams.
luck to Alabama, especially since they are overcoming a lot of adversity since they've lost Tua, and their team is very young this year. So Auburn has a chance because we have such a young team. So good luck, Auburn.
So what you're saying is we have a chance.
I'm saying you have a chance because our team is young.
Hey, we'll take what we can get. We'll take what we can get. The Cullman Police Department, they just wanted to, I spoke with Jeff Warnke last week, and there has been we try not to really talk about anything negative on here, but I wanted to put this out here because it's they want the awareness. There's been several break-ins. It's breaking and entering of a vehicle.
Right.
And in one night last week, they had 10 just in that single night. all in the same vicinity. But I believe in every one of those cases, the doors were not locked.
Yes.
And so here in the city, this does not apply to everywhere, especially you get out into the rural areas where people could actually break glass or something, and it's not going to just startle a bunch of people. But here in the city, these criminals, they're not going around trying to break your glass. They don't want to cause a scene. They don't want to go to jail. They're literally walking up, checking doors, just going around. Apartment complexes are getting hit big time. They're just trying to open door. If they open the door and there's something valuable they see real quick, they're going to take it. If there's nothing valuable, they're just moving on to the next vehicle.
Right.
So Jeff Warnke with the police department wanted just to get the message out there, lock your doors. That would help them tremendously. Lock your doors.
Yes.
I have, in the past, that had been a huge problem for me. I just never locked my doors. I'm like, I live in Cullman. Nobody's ever going to break in my car, and I just never would do it. Cullman is growing. Cullman is beginning to, have a little bit more crime. We're still safe, still good to go, but the crime is going up a little bit. So lock your doors. Keep your valuables either inside, put them in the trunk. Don't leave them visible.
Right. So that happens a lot this time of year.
It does.
Unfortunately, people are looking for easy ways to get things to either sell so that they have money for extra Christmas stuff. I mean, it's sad that it is what it is, but it's pretty typical for this time of year.
It is.
We actually see that at the hospital, but it's never in the parking lots because there's a lot. So you see it in Walmart parking lots, any place where there's a lot of cars and they can just kind of move through pretty quickly. And so we have to consistently do announcements that says, all you have to do is really lock your cars.
Correct.
These people don't break any windows.
Right.
They're just looking for an easy, quick, let me open, find anything in there quickly and be moving on.
Absolutely. And something that I just kind of got to asking Warnke some questions, but one thing that I wanted to put out there when we wrote this article is, on average, from the time they get a call to doing the paperwork, on average it takes an officer about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes just to complete the paperwork on an unlawful breaking and entering call.
Right.
So when you had 10 in that one night, you look at the man hours that took.
Right.
These police officers are out there busting their tail day in and day out to protect us. They should not have to be worried about going and doing this 10 times in one night, just because of carelessly leaving your car door unlocked. And so, and again, I was one of the first to admit I did that numerous times, and so now I try to, everywhere I go, if I just pull into a convenience store to get a drink, I lock my door.
Right.
Everywhere I go, I lock my door. So I would encourage everybody. That would help the police tremendously, and be able to help them protect you even more.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So it was announced this past week that Dr. Jonathan Eccles and the team at Cullman Cosmetic and Family Dentistry have purchased the practice of Dr. Paul Freeman, who passed away this past year. So just to make sure that those patients remain taken care of and have the same kind of care and experience that they had previously with Dr. Freeman. So we're excited. Congratulations to Dr. Eccles and the team there. I know they have a great team there, and Dr. Freeman's patients will enjoy being a part of that.
Right. And just for Dr. Eccles to want to carry that legacy on and give those patients the same love and care that Dr. Freeman, and I don't think you could have really picked a much better dentist to carry that legacy on.
Absolutely.
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Valley Heating and Cooling has been servicing the Tennessee Valley area since 1975. We offer sales, service, installation, and energy solutions for all your heating and cooling needs. No one really thinks about their heating and cooling system until it quits at the worst possible time. And when that happens, you want it repaired as quick as possible, and that's what we're here for. We offer a 24-hour emergency service, so we're always there right when you need us. Whether it be a one-time inspection or our annual maintenance, we're here to keep you comfortable year-round.
What if we designed a stain for your deck that looked as handsome as Charles Stevens' barrel on his farewell trip over Niagara Falls and stood up to weather like this, or even this? If a stain can make your deck beautiful and survive any amount of torture, is it still stain? Arbor Coat from Benjamin Moore. Find Benjamin Moore Premium Paint. Available now from your local paint experts at O.F. Richter & Sons.
All right, so the much anticipated Pig Bowl game happened this weekend, and God, there was so much smack talk between the two, the police department and the sheriff's office. I honestly, going into it, had no idea who would win this game. But Trevor Clemens was Coach Clemens with the sheriff's office. He came in with a game plan, and I mean, just blew it out of the water.
Right.
Trevor absolutely just did everything it took. He actually, we interviewed him before the game. He and one of the city guys were there. Joey Duncan was there in that interview, and Trevor told him what the first play of the game would be, and even said, "We will score on it." They knew going into it what the first play was going to be. Trevor had that much confidence. He went out there, they executed, they scored on the first play. And but the sheriff's office, it was a really fun time. The sheriff's office ended up winning the game 35-12. But it was so much more than just a game. The money that they raised, and we don't have an exact total yet, but they raised a pretty good bit of money for the two charities. The police, their part will go to Shop with a Cop, and the sheriff's office will go to the kind of like a Special Olympics type field day that Matt, Sheriff Gentry, and the sheriff's office do each year. So thank you to both teams for going out there and playing the game. I've heard from multiple police officers and deputies since the game, they're still complaining about being sore.
I'm sure. That was an intense workout.
The city is definitely complaining more. I have not really heard many complaints from the county, but if I would have lost, I would have probably complained about it too. So it was all in a lot of fun, and we had a great time covering the event and announcing the game. So congratulations to the sheriff's office, but thank you to both teams.
Absolutely. Good spirit in all of it. Good Hope High School and Cullman High School cheer squads had the opportunity to go to state and try and qualify for nationals.
Yeah, they qualified.
Yes.
Had a competition in Birmingham at it's a UCA competition, and so they were able to go down there this past Saturday. But they had to, in order to make it to nationals, they had to qualify there at that.
So they both qualified. So congratulations
awesome.
to both of those groups. I know cheerleading is definitely a sport. It requires a lot of practice and intense training, and so good job to those girls. And it is really competitive. I know many years ago it was not very competitive, but over the years it's gotten more and more competitive. Right. So you have to really train and prepare for those. So congratulations to both those teams.
And both of these teams ended up in second place at this competition. Both was nearly flawless. So, they know they've got second place. Now they're going to nationals. That routine that they're doing right now will not be the exact routine they do when they get to nationals. They have to step their game way up.
Absolutely.
So my daughter cheers for one of those teams, and I know the what they're doing now versus what they will throw at nationals.
Yes.
Two totally different routines.
Absolutely.
Much more difficult. So,
yes.
But congratulations to both teams.
Absolutely.
So this is kind of an inspirational story, but we really thought it was really cool. Out at West Point's youth team traveled out to Parkside to play, and referees really catch a lot of grief a lot of times. They're constantly getting yelled at. I've coached. I've did my part of yelling at them over the years, but they're constantly getting yelled at by the fans, by the coaches, sometimes even the kids. And of course, we don't like that at all. But these guys are out there. They're not out there just doing this for the money.
They don't make a lot of money.
They don't, and so it's the passion that they have for the game, but more importantly, the passion they have for the kids. And so we was able to get a picture of one of the referees that was there. A kid had a knot in his shoe that had came untied, but there was still a knot in it. And so instead of calling a timeout, sending the kid out of the game, letting the coaches have to deal with it, the referee actually got on the ground, laid down on the court, and helped this kid get the knot out of his shoe. So
yeah, there really are some great referees. You know, when you're involved in youth sports, you see both the good and the bad, but I would say the majority of them really do it because they love the kids. Right. They love youth sports. It is not to give them a lot of money. They do it because they like seeing the kids learn and grow and develop a passion for youth sports.
Right.
So.
Right. And when they're out there on the court, they're not just out there just calling game, calling fouls or travels or whatever they're going to be calling. When they call something, a lot of times these referees are explaining to the kids, because the kids a lot of times have no idea what they
right.
do. What
they don't
do
understand
wrong.
The rules.
Right. And I remember the first year I coached basketball, we taught our team to set screens, and that was at a very, very, very young age. We get into a game, we set a screen, and our kids set an illegal screen, and the referee called that.
Right.
The other team had the kids had no idea what the referee was talking about.
Right.
And so the ref had to explain what he just called, and of course we had to correct it on our end. But I love seeing these refs get involved and teaching the kids more about the game and what they did wrong.
And that's really what youth sports and like Park and Rec sports are about. It's to teach kids the fundamentals so that they understand and can grow and learn to love the game, even as a spectator or as a player. So yes, I think there's a lot of wonderful referees in our youth sports.
Absolutely.
All right, so believe it or not, our free visits with Santa is just around the corner. So we will have that on Saturday, December 7th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the Colonel Cullman room. So that is in Professional Office Building 2. So it's a fun, relaxing way to just come and get some great pictures with Santa. We have a beautiful setup. So if you don't have plans and want to get your kids' picture with Santa, please stop by for that. Also, this next Thursday will be the Cullman Regional Foundation's Lights of Love. That's our annual tree lighting ceremony. So I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a just light tree on top of the hospital. So this event actually will honor and remember Amy Drake. And so her family will ceremoniously light the tree on top of the hospital following that event. So that'll be next Thursday. And so you can make donations on our website. You can make them in honor or memory of Amy or another family member or friend on our website. So I think the minimum donation is $20 for a light. So all of the proceeds actually go to benefit the foundation, which is raising funds for a new ambulance for our ambulance service. So they raise funds to help offset some of our capital expenditures that we have each year. So we're grateful for that.
Absolutely. Maria and the foundation's doing a great job over there.
Yes.
So.
All right. So everybody have a happy Turkey Day, and
Absolutely. Eat a lot of turkey. War Eagle.
Roll Tide.